This morning on Daybreak, a small business incubator helps out several within the state thanks to some tax breaks.
And a new study shows Arkansas may be making progress in the ongoing fight in the opioid crisis.
Plus, Hannah Zettel out on the road this Traffic Tuesday. What you need to know about clearing the intersection while trying to turn left. We'll explain that and more coming up this morning on Daybreak.
Good morning and thanks for waking up with us. It's Tuesday, July 9th. I'm Lauren Barnes.
Joe Morano here with you. That could get frustrating sometimes, you know?
I know, and I was laughing because those are the flashing lights we were looking for last week.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So Hannah's there helping us drive a little bit safer.
Yeah,
you know?
We like that. Once a week, little tips and tricks for you on the road. We all need a good reminder. Like I said, it's every week. I think it's things I don't need to know, and then it definitely is.
And it's important. A lot of road tripping this summer as you're out and trying to enjoy that nice weather as well. Lisa Raffa is here with us this morning, and, you're all about road trips. You like traveling a lot, too, right?
I do enjoy a good road trip. The hours in the car doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
Until my brothers start to annoy me, then it bothers me.
Yeah, so that doesn't... You have some time before that kicks in? They don't annoy you right from the beginning?
A little bit. No, but I do enjoy some good road trips. And we've been in this summery pattern for the last couple of days, and we'll continue to do that as we head through this week.
All right,
the rest of the week.
How do we start this morning as we head out the door?
We're starting out pretty quiet. Still just a couple of clouds. Things are dry. If you're headed out to do any errands or anything, we've got just some dry roads out there with just a few clouds. We do still have temperatures pretty warm. It's 74 in Springfield, 72 in Branson, and 72 in Fort Leonard Wood. Dew points are in the lower 70s already, so again, a pretty sticky, steamy start with a very thick air that you can wear oppressive on that muggy meter. Dry roads this morning, dry roads through much of the afternoon. A couple of showers and storms will pop again later on this afternoon and evening due to the heat and humidity of the day. We're looking at a very high UV index of 10 with a couple of these showers and storms in the afternoon, evening. Those temperatures in the upper 80s to about 90 degrees. 89 degrees by 5. We'll have those storms collapse by sunset with a couple of clouds. Temperatures around 80 degrees. Warm and humid again today. A cold front does come through tomorrow, though, with just one day of less humidity before the heat cranks again this weekend. Your 7-day forecast is up in 10 minutes.
Putting a spotlight on this morning, telling you about small business incubators used to help launch other businesses, which of course are important for the economy. Locally, the E-Factory has received tax credits from the Missouri Department of Economic Development. The department awarded $500,000 in credits to 7 businesses in the state, and the business that received the most is the one here in town, which helps people like Paige Oxendine.
And what the tax credits allow us to do is offer a 50% credit back to individuals or organizations who are interested in making a financial contribution to the E-Factory. And so an individual might make, say, a $10,000 contribution to the E-Factory for the 2019 calendar year, and then in exchange they receive a $5,000 credit against their Missouri tax liability.
And if you want to try to take advantage of that, you can make a contribution to them by submitting a request before December 31st.
Putting crime into focus for you, a Marshfield man is in critical condition after an incident in Iowa. Patrick Bauer was pulled over by a police officer in Leon, Iowa, Sunday morning. But during the traffic stop, Bauer walked up to the patrol car and allegedly sprayed the officer in the face with an unknown chemical agent. That officer then fired multiple shots, hitting Bauer. Bauer was flown to a Des Moines hospital.
Some political news for you this morning. A court ruling will allow the ACLU to collect signatures to try and bring Missouri's abortion law to a vote. The law is set to take effect on August 28th, and it would ban abortions past 8 weeks of pregnancy. The ACLU will have to collect 100,000 signatures before that date, stall the law until a vote in 2020. Right now, the ACLU says it wants to start taking those signatures beginning on July 18th.
In today's medical coverage, new statistics show Arkansas may be making progress to fight the opioid epidemic. The Arkansas Medical Association's Opioid Task Force shows in 2018, Arkansas's prescriptions fell by 11% from the previous year. The annual progress report also found an increase in the number of physicians trained to treat addicted patients. Dr. Randy Conover is a family physician in Centerton, and he says it's now harder for doctors to prescribe opioids.
When someone's asking for an opioid, I can see who's prescribed it in the last 2-3 years, how many doctors they're going to, are they shopping around, and so those kinds of monitoring programs help us to help them.
Conover says doctors need to further educate themselves and really understand what opioids can do to people, adding on the flip side, it's important to remember some people really do need them.
And also for you, Cox Medical Center is trying to make visiting the hospital easier on veterans. Cox Branson now features several parking spots at the hospital that will be reserved for vets. 2 of the spaces are located right across the main entrance to that hospital, with 2 more on the top floor of the parking garage near the outpatient center.
And we had that Traffic Tuesday report as promised. You know you can always send in your traffic questions to our Hannah Zettel, and she'll do her best to find the answer for you.
This morning, she is out on the road answering a viewer question about clearing the intersection when driving in the left turn lane. Hannah, good morning.
That's right, Lauren and Joe. This week's Traffic Tuesday question comes from a friend of the show, Brandon. He tweets us almost every morning when he wakes up with us for Daybreak. So he asked me recently, what do I do when I'm driving? I'm turning left at a solid green light. You creep up over that solid white line, but then suddenly the light turns yellow and then red. And so I consulted the Missouri Driver's Guide to find out the answer for him.
You're making a left turn and waiting in the left turn lane. You inch up as the cars ahead of you turn and clear the intersection. This is called a permissive left turn, meaning a circular green light requires you to wait for a gap in oncoming traffic to turn left. Now you're across the white line when suddenly the light turns yellow, then red. Your car's still in the intersection. In this situation, you should not reverse. You must clear the intersection and get out of the way. In Missouri, cities have different ordinances regarding obedience of traffic control devices, but generally, this is how it should be handled.
So the important thing to remember here in this situation is you should only pass that solid white line if that light is green. If it's yellow or red, you need to stay behind that white line. Only go over it if you know that you have time to clear the intersection and find that good break in traffic to make your way through the intersection. That's it for this week's Traffic Tuesday. If you have a question for an upcoming episode, let me know on Facebook or Twitter. But for now, reporting in Springfield, Hannah Zettel, Ozarks First.
All right, Hannah, thank you. In other traffic news, if you've traveled down I-40 near Doolittle yesterday, you may have noticed a large gap in the road that cracked open yesterday. The Doolittle Rural Fire Protection District shared this photo on one westbound lane of I-44. The district also says at least 10 cars got flat tires after driving over the gap. MoDOT was on the scene, but it's not clear how quickly the road can be patched. So if you're driving out that way, be careful.
Some more local news for you now. A downtown bar could find some new ownership soon. As the news leader reports, Patton Alley Pub is on the market. The current owner, Eric Zackerson, has been running this business from Cali since 2011. Now he says it's time for someone here to take over and give the bar it deserves, the love it deserves, after he opened it back in 2003. He's asking for $150,000 so far, and the owner says he's already seeing a lot of interest from people around town.
Today's Major League Baseball All-Star Game is slated to be on Fox, which means DirecTV customers will have to find another way to view it. As we've mentioned over the last few days, Nexstar and AT&T and DirecTV have been at a disagreement over a contract extension, which means local stations, KRBK and KOZL, cannot be seen on DirecTV. Nexstar owns both stations. Sunday, World Cup fans missed the women's final game for the same reason. So if you're a DirecTV customer and want to weigh in, we have a toll number for you there at the bottom of your screen. There are also other options, the cheapest being an over-the-air antenna. You can find all of this information on OzarksFirst.com.
All right, just getting started on Daybreak. We'll tell you up next why you might want to break out your best black and white outfit.
That's because you can score a free chicken sandwich as part of Cow Appreciation Day.
Gotta change.
You know where this is going.
I gotta change.
That's in your Money Watch up next.
From Color 10 Ozarks First, Lauren Barnes, Joe Morano, and weather with meteorologist Elisa Raffa. This is Color 10 News Daybreak.